This format deserves a better class of mill deck, and I'm gonna give it to him. All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com, and I got a wild one for you today. Is it mill? Well, yeah, it actually is. Haha. This is a really wild one because, of course, mill has been a deck in Modern for a very long time, but it's always Dimir, of course. Blue-black mill, Glimpse the Unthinkable. You kind of get the idea. Drown the Lock, and but Telsa Shock 1. Player on Magic Online, recently 5-0'd a league with an Izzet mill deck. So this is a blue-red mill deck. Taking some of the pieces from the Dimir mill deck, of course, Rune Crab, Hedron Crab, Fractured Sanity, new Horizons card, and Archive Trap. But taking it a step further and getting rid of the black cards and leaning into Trapmaker's Snare, a 2-mana instant speed demonic tutor for traps. So, not exactly a demonic tutor. And of course, this ends up just being a 2-mana archive trap, which is similar to a Glimpse of the Unthinkable, but 3 more cards, obviously, and of course in blue only. And you can make your opponent shuffle with 4 copies of Field of Ruin, which is a good card anyway, and then 4 copies of Cleansing Wildfire, which is also a good card anyway. And you also have the side bonus here of if your opponent's playing a very greedy mana base, you can beat them in that way too, which is pretty cool. And also play 1 main deck Ravenous Trap against graveyard decks as a free little extra trap toolbox, if you will. So that's one element of a deck. Other element here is Jace's Phantasm, a 1-drop flyer that's a 5/5. Your opponent has 10 more cards in their graveyard, and then Lightning Bolt, of course, is a removal spell. So that can be a little aggro as well. You get a Phantasm or 2 in play, fire off a Bolt or 2, and win that way too, which is kind of cool. And of course, normally the Dimir version would play Fatal Push, but we have Lightning Bolt here instead. Mana base, mostly basics, you can fetch lands, you get the idea. 1 Shelldock Isle, spicy. 1 Oboro, spicy. And then the sideboard's got a lot of spice going on as well. We have Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So like when those bolts want to come out against the bigger decks, Laughter comes in. Opponent's playing a lot of expensive cards. This can mill a unbelievable amount of cards. And important, this also exiles the cards. So Emrakul and the other Eldrazi won't stop you dead in your tracks. And it's just a powerful effect, obviously. So that's Laughter. 4 Surgicals, of course, graveyard decks are the bane of mill decks. A 2nd trap, and then a little package here of 4 copies of Madcap Experiment and 2 Platinum Emperion. So Experiment flips cards on top of your library, so you have an artifact card, and that goes in play, and you take damage for the number of cards you flip, and of course, Emperium says you can't take any damage. So flip the Emperium, don't take any damage, and this is a way to kind of just spend, it's like a 4-mana pseudo combo, where you basically put a 4-mana Platinum Emperion in play, and against decks that can't kill it, you win the game almost on the spot. So, pretty crazy looking deck here. I'm excited to try it out and see how it goes. But first, we work with our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right. On the draw, very awkward hand because we have a Vista here with a red card. We have a colorless land and 2 triple blue cards, which is extremely awkward. So if you want to cast this Bolt on turn 1, we can't cast literally anything else. So definitely a risk to playing Vistas here. We got to mulligan this. We just can't keep the sand. Sand's just like almost non-functional. So we're going to mulligan into Crab, Phantasm, Wildfire, Ravenous Trap. We can keep this. Keep this. Shoot the Ravenous Trap. So obviously we have no idea if it's good or not. Hand's passable. Not the best, but passable. The old Jace's Phantasm. Archive Trap. So 1 fetch line. We have a turn 1 5/5, which is cool. We can go turn 1 5/5 and then turn 2 Crab land. So no need to play Crab on turn 1. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to the CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel, what the hell are you doing? Hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, enjoy content from me, other content creators like Ali Andrazi, CGB, and the One Jame. Definitely make sure you check out content tons of free content all the time here on Cool Stuff Inc. Okay, so their Tron, we have Field of Ruin and Wildfires coming out the wazoo. So these are ugly Tron lands. Phantasm. They're probably gonna search. We get to just drop them. Honestly, I need to draw a land here, either a red land or any land to just, like, take them off turn 3 Tron. But we're gonna Phantasm here. There's no reason to play a crab just yet. We might try and race them, honestly. Surprise! Jace's Phantasm. Didn't see that one coming, did you? And we'll say go. So good chance they go Sylvan Scrying next turn, and we get to trap them. Make it green. Tower. Scrying. All right. Fortunately, these are heinously ugly. I'm sorry. Like, the art itself is cool, but they just look so bad in play. All right, and then we're going to trap them, and we need to draw literally any land that comes in untapped. We're gonna trap them, and we hit Spear. God, we should just turn off these card styles. Like, all right, that'd be real quality of life for me on the online platforms. We have a 5/5, untap and draw. I'm sorry, we can't even field them. Obviously, I'm really gotta get to sleep. All right, well, they have turn 3 drawn, and nothing we can do about it. We need to draw a red source. We have Trapmaker Snare, doesn't really do much. I think we're gonna try and kill them with the Phantasms. Even if they have a turn 3 Karm, we can still attack it if we play a second Phantasm. So not a great draw for us, but definitely, good draw from Tron. Just like their average good draw on the play. Being on the draw here is pretty painful, I'm not gonna lie. On the play, I think this game is pretty easy. On the play, they're just like casting Sylvan Scrying right now and going into 5 and probably have no outs. But, all right, here they are. The lands are not in the right order. It's a panorama. It's supposed to be this one, then this one. They're gonna Relic. That's adorable. All right. Relic turns off the poor Phantasms as well as my my recalls. But all right. Shrink these bad boys down to size. Now we really need to draw land. Really, really bad. And they play Sphere, then Map, and they say go. Okay. Draw Spire Bluff Canal. Draw Spire Bluff Canal. So we can go like Crab, Land, Wildfire. The problem is any land we Wildfire, they just like get the other land. So we probably need to actually just field them, because if I go Land, Wildfire, they just like whatever one I target, they get it back again. They have 8 mana next turn. So we gotta leave Steve Field up here, and whatever they I guess they would just like tap the one they. It's 8 mana either way. Yeah, doesn't actually matter. Yeah, we're pretty trouble here. Pretty in trouble. So it's 10 cards. Yeah. I guess if I hit the tower, they lose 1 mana in the exchange. They hit a tower, they'll have 7 mana again next turn. Yeah, that's probably the only real way to go here. So we'll land. Say go. In their draw step, we're going to field the tower. Target the tower because we want them to spend their mana. Oh, wait, no. It doesn't actually matter either way, honestly. It's the same thing. They waste the mana here, but they gain a mana back on their... Sure, whatever. It's fine. So, it is what it is. Honestly, there's not much we can do, so... We're going to go get an island. They get a forest. Play Tron. Yeah, just the same thing anyway. So, and a Wormcoil Engine. I mean, realistically, we can beat Wormcoil Engine. That's like not that bad. But if our goal is to deck them, and that does sort of do good stuff. The problem is we can't Wildfire and Snare and Crab. 14 to 3 to 9. They actually just die here if we mill a bunch of cards. So if we just like wildfire them, they search Trapmaker, Snare, Archive Trap them, attack them to check for 10. They go to 3, attack us to 9, just die in the air. Barring, you know, them having something here. Or, we're going to go for that. Forget the crab. We're just going to wildfire them. And then we're going to trap them and then go for the kill in 2 turns. So they've already killed the tower. We're going to kill a tower again. Normally you don't kill towers. You don't want tower to be the last thing they have. But they have 1 less of them. So target this. They'll get a forest. It's funny, it'd be like super heads up for them not to get a forest, honestly. But wow. They didn't search. Super heads up play. Okay. We're still good, though. We still got to go crab fetch land, so either way this works. All right, and then we gets islands. Fine. All right, that's 10, and we attack for 10. And I mean, barring like them having a 3rd tower and drawing Ugin or O-Stone, I think we're good here. I play a lot of Tron in my life, and Mill's never been a good matchup. It's always pretty frustrating. They also have the ability to board in Surgical against you and just like mill you in Surgical one of your Tron lands. Phantasm get it done here. What's up, opponent? You got this mighty Wormcoil engine here, but it's not really, the game's not really about that. Sick. All right, cool. Game 1. That was fun. All right, sideboarding. We're just going to bring in our Surgicals and cut the Ravenous Trap, and the bolts are all pretty bad too. Okay, I would say we want 0 bolts in our deck, honestly, so let's just take the bolt out and bring in, like, I guess 1 Laughter. Just better than a bolt. It's pretty bad against them, honestly, but it's also a chance they have Eldrazi in their deck. And this could exile. That's not really that thing either. It's really bad, actually. It's like going to mill like 5 cards. I guess leave 1 bolt in. You can like kill a Karn or something, I guess. It's pretty bad either way, but sure. Like, I would probably board it in like a basic island if I had one. But out of the 16 cards that are here, it looks to be the best one. So, I'm in. All right. That's a crazy little game there. All right, Crab, double Surgical, Snare. This is good. We want to, if they have a Dismember, this hand kind of falls apart a little bit, but we have Snare for scrying. We just want to like try and Surgical the Tron land, honestly. That's the goal. Oops. Opponent's on 4 cards. Just doing it, just living the Tron life. Mulling to 4. That's what you're supposed to do. Opponent's got it right, at least. They know what they're doing, aside from art selection. Urza's Tower. Chromatic Sphere. Alright. Well, we got, there's a red source. Perfect. Alright, so grab it up. Now we just get to Wildfire Surgical. Pretty funny, like lopsided matchups today, but all right, Mine Tower, Dismember, sure, and Map, sure. Well, they have a tower and a mine, and they're gonna have basically nothing after this goes off. We're actually gonna hold the fetch line. We'll play Spiral Canal now, so Spire Blue Canal, Wildfire. It doesn't actually matter, honestly. Also, I have a read that one of them is more likely to be in their hand. That's there's no read there at all. So I get a forest, and then we're going to Surgical in their draw step, right? Yeah. Because they can't, if they search for it, doesn't matter anyway. So untap. Let them hopefully draw an Urza's Mine. And I'll pay 2 life. And goodbye, Urza's Mine. Ah, man, we lost our flip again. right, well, they had a tower in hand, so obviously they could have just drawn it, but if we hit tower, we'd have gotten the card out of their hand too, but that's fine. All right, so there are the mines. There goes the mine in their hand. Their deck is Wormcoil, Scrying, 2 O-Stones, 2 Relics, 2 more Dismembers, Emrakul, a Beseju, and then just the usual Karn, Ugins, Wormcoils, etc. Sure. All right, so their hand is Map Tower. Gonna get Blast Zone, a durable, and play a map. Sure. Now we have Archive Trap for another for a thingy. We have visions here, so we're going to just 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Pretty unlikely we can visions successfully. Let's just play Islands they go. Play Islands they go. They'll probably just play Tower and say go. Dramatic Star, sure. Play Tower. Crack the map. All right. Now I get to Snare for Trap. We're too short of visioning though, so it's funny. I actually probably screwed up. I probably should have left the Urza's Mine in the graveyard, because they have no way to recur it, and just 1 extra card for visions. So I guess that was a very minor mistake that, you know, is just like right there. I'm being annoying, but get Archive Trap, trap you. We hit 2 more Forests. It's pretty good actually, so that makes my Stone Rain effects better. And Wormcoil, sure. That's 18 cards in the bin. Untap and draw Field of Ruin. So if I field them, I should have counted their forests. I think they have 4. I'm just gonna field them. If they have, I think they have 3 because they have Beseju, and I should have checked, but it's 1 extra card in the graveyard too, so it's a faster recall as well. I was gonna field them. Get Island. I think they're out. They are out. Yes, okay. So 19 cards in the bin, only 3 lands in play. Stone Rain City over here. Sanctum Vugan. Sylvan Scrying. Excellent. That is the 20th card, and I cast Ancestral Recall. All right. And just a nice tidy draw 3. Surgical Wildfire. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, you love to see it even more. These cantrip Stone Rains are just the best. Oh, it just feels so good. It's hard to describe how good it feels. Just constantly. Oh, yeah. Gotta rename this deck Izzet Land Destruction. Spell Pierce, sure. Our opponent's got some gusto, though. They're not going anywhere. They're like, yeah, I'm here. I paid to play this. I paid to play here. I'm gonna keep playing. Why would I stop? Green. Sylvan Scrying. I'm gonna pierce this. They have creature threats. You know, it's 1 slower to a Wormcoil, so. Alright, untap. And our hand's honestly pretty bad, all things considered, but Lightning Bolt. That's the one worthless Lightning Bolt, sure. It is kind of comical how bad our hand is, all things considered, but what would happen if I were to actually surgical, like, I guess the mines are gone. Like, try and surgical out their remaining lands. Like, they can't have many lands like left in their deck, actually, you know? Like, what do they have? Like, a tower. A tower, a Beseju. Like, right? Can they even cast any more spells? Like, have enough lands to cast spells? Alright, here's Crab People. I kind of want to hold the fetch, actually, if you can draw another Crab. I'm going to play this. And there was Ulamog, Karn, and Ugin. Next star again. Make green. What a trooper. Witch member? Alright, sure. You got me. I probably should actually play the Tarn. So if they had a way to kill it, I could fetch a response, but I also hold it for later for a different crab, but whatever. It's, neither here nor there. I was gonna cast a friggin' surgical. Like, what do they have here? Forest, blast zone, power plant. Like, what do I have in target? Like, sphere, star, O-stone. I'm gonna target the relic. We'll draw step surgical on relic. Just like, also can see what their hand is and what's in their deck still. How much punishment can this person take, That's what I want to know. That's the real question I want to know. All right, their hand is Karn Liberated Ancient Stirrings, and they literally have one land left in their entire deck. They can no longer cast any. They can cast 5 mana spells, and that is it. I guess they have Karn the Great Creator, but I can also surgical that one too. Is there one in the graveyard? There is. So then we'll also surgical. Just do this now. That's Ulamog. Hold on. Give me that too. Just give me everything. Take from them everything. Obviously, you don't need to be, I could have just done their draw step or whatever. Like, the game's pretty over at this point. So their deck is now, the only cards they can cast are Dismember, Chromatic Sphere, Oblivion Stone, Sylvan Scrying, Map, and I guess Stirrings in theory. All right, there you go. You must realize you are doomed. Island. All right. I mean, I guess eventually we'll draw a way to kill them, right? Opponents being nice in chat. They say your deck's pretty sweet. It's not my deck, but you're cool too. A lot of positive. Good to see positivity once in a while, So much negativity in online chats usually. So shout out to Micro for being positive. We'll eventually draw a way to win the game. Hopefully. All right. Trapmaker, Snare. Archive Trap. Just going to cast the trap. There you go. One card left. It's funny. I could probably figure out what it is and then surgical it, but that's good. All right. That's pretty good one there. All right. On the play, and our hand is Oogly. Great Oogly Moogly. All right. We're going to mulligan this 5-lander here. Not too exciting. Mulligan down to a much better hand. Dubs Crab, Pierce, Bolt. Definitely sucks. This would be a phenomenal 7. Double crabs, double fetch land, and 2 good pieces of interaction. Obviously, we don't know what we're playing against. We don't know what piece of interaction is the important one. So kind of just a total flip here. I mean, we could also have been a land too, but that's like obviously worse than crabs. Real tough call here, honestly. Whether it's Bolt or Pierce. I think I might have the Bolt. I think Pierce is higher upside. We're on the play. I think the Bolt is just probably, I don't know. I'm not sure. We also have 4 bolts too. I'm gonna have the Bolt. Obviously they're gonna go like turn 1 Glistener Elf or something like that, but whatever. Like it's kind of just an in the dark guess. Realistically, it's just a total flip. So land crab go. Leading into turn 2, crab fetch 12. Milia for 12. Crab people. Oh boy. Bean Coast. This is like some sort of Belcher or Oops All Spells deck. Good choice in the Spell Pierce, Jim. Damn, you're smart. All right, we won our flip. That's funny, if it's all my top card with Spell Pierce, I would have kept the Lightning Bolt. But sure. So we'll play this. We'll play Scalding Tarn, and we'll do the old thing. Let's actually save targets here. And auto yields. Nice and easy. Oh no. What is this? Word Mention, Psi, Ornithopter, Pact of Negation. What the hell is going on? Alright, we're off the map. Just gonna say go. I don't know what's happening. Cheeky attack for 0. Psi? Word Mention? Is this some like weird Belcher deck I don't know about? Springleaf Drum. I kind of want to Spell Pierce this. Let's just fetch, just like see what's going on here. Just like this is more information, honestly. All right, let's get this, crack it. Let's mill over. This is almost purely information gathering. Yeah, it looks like a sort of weird Belcher deck. So countering mana is just like good. I'm just gonna counter this, honestly. Like, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. It's some sort of weird Belcher deck. Yeah, Memnite, Springleaf Drum. So Bolt would have been good too anyway. So that's pretty funny. All right, there are 39 cards. It's funny how our Field of Ruins and our Cleansing Wildfires aren't going to do anything because they have no basics. I guess it's a search though. Never mind, that works. So it's actually the total nut. It's just Stone Rain plus search. So now let's get an island. Let's cast Ancestral Recall. Word Mention, the Reality Chip. This is some brewski. Mono blue. Oh, just 4 Moon Snare and 4 Springleaf Drum. This deck's awesome. I'm so jealous right now. They have 25 cards in the bins. We draw 3. Draw Lightning Bolt, Field of Ruin. It's pretty good actually. Just say go. What a brewski. All the blue lands, Belcher stuff, Psi, Moon Snare prototype. Not my plane. Get out of here. I'm gonna leave the prototype. That's fine though. This is our last Spell Pierce, so we're also gonna Stone in the next turn. So, all right. So, ooh, that's good too. Recall me. Total recall. Another crab. I have 23 cards left. I can go crab. I'm just gonna go crab, fetch wildfire. If I wildfire myself, is that enough? This is they got 17. They got 8. Yeah, they're a Belcher deck. Okay. Let me just wildfire them. They don't have any cards left, right? So I'm sorry, they have 8 cards. Yeah, I just hit myself. So if I wildfire myself, get a land. And Milia. All right. There it is. It's a turn 4 kill. Triple crab, no resistance, and this is their deck. Urza, Real. Let's pop this thing out. Actually, we gotta see this bad boy, and it's all its glory. All right, so we have mono blue Belcher. I have never seen this deck before in my life. All the blue spell lands, all 8 Springleaf Drums, Urza, Word Invention. I gotta imagine there's 1 Lotus Bloom in here, probably, right? No? I would have figured there'd be 1 Word for Lotus Bloom. That'd have been my guess, but Belchers. All right, yeah, cool deck. I guess Urza is also a mana source too. That was fun. So if they're a Belcher deck, they can obviously just belch my my Imperiums. I don't need that. Surgical's like weird because it's pretty good if we hit Belcher, but they do have Ursa and stuff. They can win that way, obviously. The fact that we have 4 Wildfire and 4 Field of Ruin is pretty gross. I think once again we're going to take out the Phantasms. We don't need like to try and beat down or need a blocker. I want the Laughters because all their cards, they have no lands, so all their cards are expensive. Ravenous Trap can go. And then I want these Surgicals. It's weird though because the bolts are actually pretty good. I think the cut here is the Trapmaker snares because they do search, I guess, but I feel like Archive Traps isn't nearly as important. They have 0 of their own fetch lands too, so this is just a 2-mana trap. So I don't need more traps. I don't need 2-mana traps in this matchup. So and I think we're in pretty good shape here. Jeez, what a brewski. All right, we got Land, Field, Wildfire, Double Laughter, Surgical Crab. We can keep this. Don't forget, this is also a cantrip Stone Rain. So, oh yeah, they have Force Negation, I guess. But all right, so oops, let's get this back down to size. All right, so draw like an island, keep our fetch. Sure. All right, Steam Vents it is. Shock it in play Crab. We have Wildfire on turn 2. Wonder if they have like one land in their deck. I think they like board like one island for matchup for like the Wildfire Field of Ruin matchups. Probably not, right? Coast. The coast with the most. So we're gonna untap. We are going to. That's pretty sick too, actually. That's insane. So you go land. We're going to save target. And auto yields. We're going to mill over Glasspool, Psy, Moon Snare prototype. We're going to Wildfire them and then trap them. And then we have Surgical also. So Wildfire you, Cantrip Stone Rain. We drew an island. Excellent. And now I get to play Laughter next turn. Also, probably should win the game, honestly. So, oh, I'm sorry. Wildfires may search. I apologize. Sorry. Very similar effects, but they obviously, so yes, that doesn't work. So we can't drop them. That's fine though. My bad. Yeah, very, very similar effect, but not the same effect. Because this one is a May search. So the Field of Ruin is unique because it forces them to go into their deck, even if they have no targets. So they're still searching for traps. So that's okay though. Plenty good here between both Laughters. I mean, Laughter's gonna mill like 30 cards, something ridiculous, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I've left her backwards too. Laughter is bad when they have expensive cards. That's okay. We're good. I'm a little mixed up, folks. I have a newborn at home, all right? Give me some slack here. We're going to untap and just freaking Field to Ruin them. Whatever. My bad. Play land, field them. Now they must search, trap them, and surgical them. It's so funny. So I just have it totally backwards. This card's good when they have all lands and cheap spells, not expensive spells. But we're good. It's fine. We're gonna no problem. Not a problem at all. We're gonna crack this Field of Ruin. We're gonna go get a. We'll get an island. I mean, we could get a mountain because we can cast bolt here, but it's a little awkward if we draw the blue card. We have a second field though, anyway, so let's get a mountain. So I'll let bolt up in case I don't know we need to kill a creature for whatever reason. They do have Memnites and Ornithopters and crap. So there's our bolt up. We're gonna archive trap them, and then. We can like surgical the Charbelcher right before they can cast it, which is pretty sick. So we can just say go here. So we're no rush surgical. I guess we could like see their hand, which would be kind of cool, but infinite Stone Rains. It's just so much fun. This is great. I'm having a great time. I mean, my poor opponent here is just sitting here trying to have an actual land in play. All right, so we're gonna untap and we're just gonna field them again. Because the thing is that fielding them, it mills them for some amount, but also just Stone Rains them, which is like way too good. So just gonna keep fielding you. Sorry, friend. Sorry, not sorry. Field you, mill some cards. And it's a nice old border Force Negation. And we'll just attack for 2 and say, yo. Be a little cheeky butthole. Get the they're just trying to get some lands in play, you know. They're just trying to do their thing. And we're gonna untap. And we're going to draw another. This is the most fun playing Magic I've had in a while, honestly. All right, let's laugh at our opponent. They exiled only 7 cards. This is just terrible against them. That's so funny. All right, your turn. So. Once again, at any point we're scared, we can just surgical the Charbelcher. They all in here. 1, 2, 3, There's one Charbelcher unaccounted for. This is great. Million for some more, and then I'll finish you off with the laughter. Unless they have, 15 cards or something, whatever. I think we got them. Down to 0. All right, there you go. And it's your turn, my friend. That was perhaps the most lopsided game of Magic or match of Magic I've played. I couldn't even tell you in how long. That was really, really enjoyable. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. All right, so we're kind of somewhat on the way there. I forgot to mention Visions of Beyond in the deck tech. Obviously, very powerful one. Such a recall if your opponent's graveyard's full, which is cool. We do have Trap. Obviously, most decks play fetch lands. We can cycle Sanity, and then our Visions is on, right? 13, 14, 17, fetch land. Probably mostly. So I'm going to keep this. We're on the draw. I don't know. I have a little faith. And there you go. Mystery Rainforest. So we're going to go on tap, and we're going to play, I guess just Island. Trapmaker Snare. Pretty cool. So we can set up for a turn 3 field you and trap you. I think we're still just going to trap even when they fetch anyway, but let's play Island and just say go. And they are going to crack their fetch. We'll see what they get. Good old Trapskis. Breeding Pool. Shock. Ooh, they're living end. All right. So this is kind of like a good news, bad news scenario. We're not going to trap them now, obviously, because we're not going to fill their graveyard. We can Trapmaker Snare for a Ravenous Trap at instant speed, which is kind of cool. But they didn't play a fetch land there, which is kind of gross. So this is a little awkward. Not going to lie. Tiny bit awkward. Field of Ruin. All right, so the Vista is also kind of awkward with the blue Sanity. But we're just going to play Vista. And our red cards aren't very important anyway in this matchup. So play Vista. We're just going to say go. And we're going to see what happens here. We look pretty innocent right now, like a control deck or something like that. So hopefully they'll pump the brakes a little bit. We need them to either shuffle or let us shuffle. And the problem is if they have a violent outburst. All right, they can't have outburst. Great. All right, unfortunately, they just have a Strawless Agent. So they have not searched their library. They didn't play a fetch land, unfortunately. And now they get to Cascade into Living End. Ravenous Trap doesn't do anything right now because no cards went into their graveyard. I can't do everything. And they're going to get back a 7/7, a 5/5. It's 2-turn clock. I'm just going to concede here. We are almost assuredly not going to win this game. And there's no point in revealing our deck, so we're just going to concede. Yeah, if they had fetched there, we're great. They had not had it, it would have been great, but it is what it is. So we're going to bring in a lot of stuff here, I guess. We're going to bring in Laughter's pretty good, actually. Trap's great. Surgical's great. Surgical isn't great, but it's fine. We could also get lucky and spike Living End. And let's see what's coming out here. I think that honestly, all the red cards are coming out. The bolts are definitely out. And then the Wildfires are obviously kind of like part of the Archive Trap package, but they have plenty of fetch lands anyway. Get to Spell Pierce also, it's kind of cute. Take the Wildfires. Then we're going to cut one. Honestly, the Jace's Phantasm seem pretty bad. We're definitely not trying to kill them with damage. And they just died at Living End. Let's actually take these out and leave in the Wildfires. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. Let's do this. All right, so a lot more ammo here. And then again, we look like a blue-white control deck, I would hope. So we are on the play. We got Crab. Crab's so awkward. Without a Surgical or a Ravenous Trap or a Trapmaker Snare, just like randomly milling them is like not good, obviously. I don't think we can keep. I'm gonna mulligan. I think we should define Trapmaker Snare, Ravenous Trap, Surgical Extraction. Yeah, those cards basically. We're gonna mulligan. All right. I mean, that's a lot of them. That's almost too many. Oh man, what are we doing here? All right. We like have to keep, right? We're gonna keep this. We'll ship the, I guess, the Fractured Sanity. Actually, maybe it's actually a surgical. I guess we could just like surgical their stuff though, right? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna keep that. All right, and then we're going to hopefully draw a lot of cards, like a land. I don't even know, honestly. All right, Vista go. We have Spell Pierce. Here's Steam Vents. Shock go. Gonna hold our Vista up. And we're gonna draw a... Do you want to draw a land? And our bottom card's not a land, so that would be +2 cards to us. It's +2 non-lands. Draw Field of Ruin. I mean, that's not the worst, I guess. All right. We say go. We are now in a spot where if they crack a fetch, I can snare for Archive Trap, trap them, and then trap them again. They didn't play a fetch. All right, sure. The problem is if we just go get it, the gig is up. But I guess we like probably... Oh my God. We don't want to reveal them what we're doing. That's kind of the issue. And if I go get the... I guess I have a Field of Ruin in play, so like at least I have... whatever, we'll just cast it. Get an island. We have Spell Pierce 2, I guess. Get an island. Cast Trapmaker Snare. Get Archive Trap. We draw a land here. We can trap them. We did drop a land. All right. We're going to do this on their upkeep. Draw, I guess. Yeah, because I want to surgical them for Living End if we hit that too. So let's set for their draw and say go. They also could have Force Negation on our turn as well. So I think they could have Mystical Dispute, but I have Spell Pierce. Yeah, that works. So all right, so we say go. End step, they're going to cycle a Waker. Sure. Look at the top 2. 1 in hand, 1 in the bottom, 1 in the graveyard. They put the big boy in the graveyard. In the draw step, we're going to fetch. Get Steam Vents. Shock. Field of Ruin you. They're going to cycle Mysteries, sure. We'll go get our island. Now I have Spell Pierce up, which is cool. They need a forest, sure. And then we're going to Archive Trap them. Ideally hitting a Living End. They're going to Wraith in response, sure. Wraith, sure. I don't know why they would do that now, honestly. Unless we're looking for dispute, I guess. So they mill the Living End, sick. And also Force Negations, cool. Then we're going to Surgical Living End. And I think maybe we're not like there yet. I think it's so hard. Oh wow. Okay, sweet. That was a spicy win from a pretty sketchy hand. We'll take that. More of that, please. And then for game 3, anything changed? I don't think so. I think Phantasm's still pretty bad. And then obviously Madcap is terrible against them because they keep just Living End away the Emperion. So all right, we're going back in. I mean, 4 surgicals, Ravenous Trap, and Tutor for Trap is a decent amount of stuff. We see Trap again. Laughter's great. Crab, Sanity, Wildfire. I can keep this, I think. We're doing putting a lot of weight on Ravenous Trap, but I mean keep this. Cycle Wraith. Cycle Wraith. Cycle Wraith. Okay. I could trap this right now. They're gonna Grief. What is grief if not Thoughtseize persevering? All right, so they're gonna grief. I mean, they should Thoughtseize first and then put the thing in the graveyard. No, they did not. They just. Oh, I'm sorry. They did it right. So, do I want to trap them? It's obviously a good amount of power in the graveyard already. Otherwise, they take the trap, and I'm pretty helpless. Yeah, it feels bad, but I'm gonna do it. So, trap you, and then just F6. So they'll probably take Laughter, I'd assume. And they still have a grief in the graveyard also, but at least I don't have 12 power in the graveyard. It's not good. It's not ideal, honestly, but opponent has taken 4 game actions and spent 0 mana. Take Fractured Sanity, actually, the mill 14. It's kind of weird, actually. But sure. Island. I mean, we're going to Spire Bluff. There's a big question of, like, do we even cast Rune Crab or not? I don't know if we do. With no way to exile their graveyard, how much does it go? I think we're in trouble here. Yeah. Oh, okay. No instep cycle. Spire Bluff Canal. Wildfire. I think we're gonna Wildfire them, honestly. They showed a forest. They might not have a mountain because it doesn't play around Blood Moon. And, like, realistically, we just need to draw a graveyard hate card, and we're not doing anything else this turn anyway, so let me get lucky here. And they can't float mana and cast Violent Outburst for anything more than just a grief, which is fine, so they're gonna go get a island. We draw a Tarn, sure. Just say go. I'm gonna tap anyway. I'm thinking this one puts it in tapped. Field of Ruin does not. So either way, it didn't matter. But there's fetch land, sure. I mean, they can like Living End here if they really want to, or Agent. All right, so they're pretty aggressive Agent here. It's literally only getting back grief. I wonder if there's any merit to this each opponent mills. If this had been the other crab that can target us, if there was merit to playing it and then only milling ourselves, put a bunch of crabs into play. That might have had some legs too, honestly. Some crab legs. All right, so Living End, Prismatic Vista. Again, we can't really just like play crab and start crabbing. We can, I guess, but like it's not really ideal, I suppose. We can Wildfire their red, and they probably won't have any red mana left over, which is kind of cool. We're on a 4-turn clock here with no removal in our deck, really, because he boarded it out. I'm just gonna Wildfire them. I can also Wildfire myself for extra triggers, but it's obviously not enough to mill them, so let's gonna target this. Again, oh, they're out. Oh, that's awkward. They have to save the forest in their hand, and we draw Archive Trap, which again I don't really necessarily want to cast, which is really awkward. I'm just gonna play Oboro, and I'm just gonna say go. We can always hard cast it too, like we're like desperate. What a crazy game. If there's the forest they had in hand, sure. Here's your attack for 5, also fine. And we untap and draw another fetch land. I guess like we could just keep banking up fetch lands and like maybe draw another crab and unleash for like a million fetches. All right, I'm gonna play the crab. I don't know if this is right or not, but like we're unlikely to mill more than they already have in play anyway, so it's mill 3. They mill 3 huge creatures. Awesome, great. All right, that's bad. Well, sure. We're going to say go. Now, if they have another agent in their hand, they can just put 100 power and blank, kill me next turn. Cycle Wraith. All right. Beginning of combat. It's funny. Actually, it's an 0-3. Never mind. If it was an 0-2, we'd be blocking, probably just sacrifice it and see if they want to living end again. They're gonna living end here for sure. Yeah. So it's unfortunate that this game, if this had been the other crab, it would have been better like 7 different ways. We would have milled ourselves. It would have died in combat there. Like, would have been so much better in so many different ways. So now they have 38 cards left and lethal on the board, and I don't think we can win. So we'll untap and draw. I'm not even sure what this can be. Probably not land. All right. So that's a tough one. Obviously a very, very bizarre matchup. Graveyard combo versus the mill deck. But yeah, couldn't quite get there, unfortunately. Again, if it had only been Hedron Crab and not Rune Crab, maybe we could have worked that one out, but that's okay. No worries. All right, so there you go. Izzet land destruction? Apparently, definitely hit some matchups where the wildfires and fielder runs were pretty crazy. Living End was a little weird. I feel like it's pretty heavily dependent on if we can draw Trapmaker, Snare, or Ravenous Trap, or Surgicals and stuff, and we didn't really do that in game 3. But yeah, pretty cool deck, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Cleansing Wildfire is a pet card of mine. I'm a big fan of that card. I like it a lot. And deck's doing some pretty cool stuff. Definitely very creative, very cool deck. Tesla Shock 1. Thinking of bringing our Madcap Experiment package, but I think that would be good against like Burn and like a lot of things like that as well. So there you go. That's the deck. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, of course, go to CoolStuffInc.com for all your gaming needs, card games, board games, miniatures, magic cards, sealed products, you name it. They got it on CoolStuffInc.com, and use 5% off your order to get a free Jim Davis Goblin token right here, right there. All right. For promo code Jim10, free content every weekday also on CoolStuffInc.com, and I'll see you fine folks next week. Have a good one, folks.